right, Mo, so we're back to Father's Day here, and you got a friend that's in some hot water?
Yeah, I think my dude is in a daddy doggy house, if that is such a thing.
Oh, it is.
His baby girl is not so happy with him, but I think this story just is a perfect example how life just does not play fair sometime, and I feel for him. So his daughter has taken up dance, and she has these recitals that are like all over the world now. She's like really incredible, and they do these major competitions, and she's been traveling with the team in order to do this. And because his work schedule is so crazy, he's not able to make as many of them as he wants to. And just to be transparent, he has like this inner dialogue that he wants to be at as many recitals as her mother, because they are no longer together, and he feels like it just makes him look really bad when she shows up and he does not. So he's had this beef, this ongoing thing for a while now, where he's tried to make it, but he can't make it as much as he would like. So she sat him down and told him that she had a recital coming up on the Saturday, which was right before Father's Day. And she was like, it is Father's Day, and I have something planned for you on Father's Day, but what I really want is for you to make this particular dance recital on Father's Day weekend, because they are going to honor like all of the dads that came out to support their daughters. So he's like, I have to make this one. Obviously, this is a big deal. So he's asking me, he comes to me for advice, and he's like, I want to go, but I might have to cut it short because he's working on this big project, which ironically, here's work getting in the way of him trying to go see his daughter. But the project he's working on is a pretty big deal as well. And if he does not get the project done, it literally could be the end of him working. So he had to find a way where he could still get this project done, but still make it, which made him have to leave Saturday morning to try to get there for Saturday evening in order to make it to the recital. Mm-hmm. So now he's cutting it really close, obviously. But the flight got in, I think, 2 hours before the recital. It really shouldn't have been a problem. I think he was 30 minutes or so from the airport to the recital. What could go wrong, right?
Oh, plenty.
What could go wrong? So as life would have it, I couldn't believe it as he was telling me this story. He sets everything up. He books the flight. He gets his work done. He's ready to go. He's on his way to the airport to make it there for his baby girl. When he gets to the flight, he's sitting like somewhat in the back. He's got one of the last seats on the flight because the flight was full, but it was one seat left when he booked it. Almost seemed like it was ordained for him to be there for his daughter. He sees a guy go into the bathroom. Doesn't think much of it at first. Everybody is still kind of boarding the flight, but he went to the bathroom before everyone was boarded. So that's kind of why it caught his attention. But then as people continue to board the flight, he's starting to realize that this guy is not coming out of the bathroom. Oh, no. He's just still in the bathroom. So then more people get on. Now they're at the point where they are about to close the doors. The guy's still in the bathroom. Someone says there's a guy in the bathroom that has not come out the bathroom yet, to which then the flight attendant goes and knocks on the door to try to get the guy's attention, to let him know you have to come out of the bathroom so that we can take off. The guy says he's not coming out. Guy's refusing to come out of the bathroom for whatever reason. At this point, they don't know why. So it gets to the point where they're like, if you don't come out the bathroom, we're going to have to call the authorities, and then we're going to have to deplane and let everybody off of this flight.
Does everybody on the flight now at this point know what's going on?
Everybody's aware.
Okay, so you could just feel like people are just probably getting angry on that thing because they all have lives that's trying to get to, but nobody's really considering the dude in the bathroom who might be going through some kind of mental health crisis.
Right. Yeah. So he said it was kind of like mixed feelings at this point. Some people were afraid and some people were angry, because some people are like, yo, I don't even really want to be on this flight anymore, because what is he doing in the bathroom that he won't come out the bathroom? Mm-hmm. So I think about 10 or 15 minutes go by, and they finally get the guy out the bathroom, and they can't figure out what he was doing in the bathroom, but he seemed extremely intoxicated, so drunk that they don't even know how he got on to the flight, because it was pretty apparent how drunk he was that he should not have even been able to fly. So because he wouldn't come out the bathroom and they couldn't verify what he was doing in the bathroom, they just had to deplane everybody. So they take everybody off the plane one by one in order to do an investigation of what this guy was doing in the bathroom. And I guess at the time that they figured it was nothing, they were starting to allow people back on the plane. But there were a lot of people who did not want to get back on the plane because they don't want to fly now. They're scared. They rather rebook.
Yeah. And as a passenger, you're probably not given a lot of grace at this point, because you've got things to do on the other side of this flight here. Lives are going to be affected.
Right. So he decides, I'm getting back on the flight because I got to go see my daughter. And then not enough people were willing to get back on the flight for that flight to make sense, so they ended up just canceling the entire flight. They canceled the flight.
No.
They forced everyone to rebook, and then the only flight he was able to rebook was not going to make it in time for his daughter's recital.
Oh, no.
And I just felt so bad for him because I know how important it was, and he tried everything, but I'm like, at this point, she don't even want to hear the excuses.
Yeah.
And I get her side of it too, but she is not happy with her dad, and he had a rough Father's Day weekend because of it, that he didn't even make it because he was like, what's the point of me even going now? Which I felt like he should have still gone, but he didn't even go.
The Bert Show.